I mean, the employment situation is saying that employment is strong. Now, there was a report, so there's 2 reports. This is the official report, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up. I'm even gonna pull up my magic marker because I like to write on the screen, but, as my magic marker loads, you can see that, first of all, last month in March, they went back and they looked at the numbers from last month, and they had initially reported 236,000 jobs were created. They went back and they dropped that number actually quite significantly by about 60,000 jobs. But then this month, they said that they would only see 178,000 and they saw 253,000. That's a significant higher number than expectations, right? 253 is way higher than expected. So even though they had to drop their initial number last month by about 60,000, something like that, um, this number was more than 60,000 higher than expected. So that kind of like still says that employment's very strong. In fact, the unemployment rate went down yet another point. Private payrolls increased, manufacturing payrolls increased, participation rates still strong or strong as it has been. And here's where this report, I said that there's another report. It's called the ADP processing report. So there's a payroll company called ADP, and they're pretty big. They're like the number one outsourcing payroll company that a lot of these big corporations and even small businesses use to help them pay off their employees. So what's cool about ADP is then they take statistics on all that business they're getting and kind of can like report their own findings. And what they reported is that pay raises that have been kind of out of control, which is the, you know, wage inflation that they keep talking about, that even though the employment, that there's lots of people getting jobs and the unemployment is very low, that wage increases are starting to moderate, which actually would be a good thing. I know on a micro level, we kind of want to get a new job that pays higher than our previous job. But on a macro level, if we're earning more money, then the stuff we buy at the stores is going to cost more, right? Because you can't get one without the other. So, ADP reported on Wednesday that these numbers are actually good, that a lot of people have jobs, but the wages are starting to moderate and go flat. This official employment report today, Friday, 2 days after the ADP report, kind of doesn't hint at the same thing. It's hinting that wages are still kind of going up. And so that, you know, I don't, Wall Street so far is interpreting this as a positive, but with wage increases, unless they start moderating a little bit more, right? They were expecting that year over year, instead of seeing a 4.3% gain, we'd see a 4.2% gain. Man, it's still going up. The Fed would like to see this number below 2%, and it's at 4.4%. So, this doesn't bode well for the Fed sitting on their laurels at the next meeting. This might want, it's going to be a balancing act for the Fed because they also have to watch out for this whole system. If they don't be careful, they could have the whole system collapse. But at the same time, the actions that they've taken so far doesn't look like it's doing much.